All right, welcome to the Schnitzer Master Agency call. Let's do this. We always flash this page. I love this page. These are our people that are the leaders on the team. You guys, we always like to show this because we'll have some new folks come on the team that are like, "Who the heck am I direct to? Who's Sarah Hadley? Who's Sarah Neal?" And this shows the lineage of everything. Okay, and you're probably if you have not met me yet, my name is Scott Schnitzer. We lead the agency. Kate and I do with all these wonderful leaders, and we'll be showing them off today because we have some cool numbers to talk about. But, love this page. Kate, I'm gonna mute you out. There we go. All right, this this one's getting long. So we have a better representation of this page. These are all the calls that are available. Obviously, it's hard to make it to every single thing, but if you're hanging out in the Mac room, which is our new virtual office, you're gonna catch most of this, right? Raise your hand if you've been in the Mac room at all in the last week. Pretty good stuff, right, guys? Would you say that was a good call to move over there or still getting used to it? Okay, cool. All right, yeah, it's been good. You guys are on the Schnitzer Master Agency call. A lot of this is in the Mac room, but the accountability call is not. So I wanted to kind of highlight that. We'll have a opportunity for you guys to sign up for that today. As Courtney was just saying, she's like, it's felt good to be in there and be accountable and dive in and really dig into the numbers. And I don't feel like I'm where I want to be yet, but I feel like I'm getting there. That's the whole goal for that group is to get momentum going. And we celebrate progress, right? Because you get to choose your own goal. So the only person that really knows if you hit it or not is you because you know your real goal in your head, right? So if you say, hey, here's my bare minimum that I want to hit this month, we're just encouraging you to do that. Okay. And we talk about it every single day. We'll give you guys a chance to sign up for that here in just a second, but you can either go one day or I'm sorry, you can either go 3 days or 5 days to that group. And it's been really, really good. If you don't have the team calendar downloaded to your schedule yet, here's your opportunity. There has been a change with our virtual office. We call it the Mac room now. It's been there's a few changes on the schedule actually, and it's been nice for those of you who do have this downloaded. Those changes get made automatically in your calendar. So if we ever switch the times for something or we add a call that we think will be helpful for you guys, if you have this calendar downloaded, you're going to have access to all the changes and all the links for the Zoom calls. So you can hop on them with ease. Now, check this out. This is the Mac room schedule. So this is going to show you guys everything that's actually happening within the Mac room. As you can see today, and maybe for someone who's new, what does Mac stand for? Maybe someone within their first 6 months. You can tell me in the chat or unmute for me and get me fired up on a Monday. What does Mac
Massive
stand for?
action, constant correction.
There we go. Massive action, constant correction. So what's the MAC room stand for? It stands for taking massive action and getting constant correction. There is plenty of people in there to help you out, to answer questions, to coach you up. I mean, Rod was live dialing this morning on the spot, getting live coaching right there in the Mac room. I think this is really helpful. I know this is really helpful for a new agent because this is what I wanted. So this is like we call this the room of our dreams because this is everything as a new agent that we wanted. And I guarantee you guys, there's at least two top producers and probably two elite producers in there at all times. And there's a bunch of people that are really good at this thing that are just dialing throughout the week. So as you can see today, we've got live dialers set up all day. So if you're new and you're like, I don't know what it sounds like to run my script, I don't know what it sounds like to actually have a live client on the phone, you can spend the next 7 hours in the Mac room listening to people dial their clients. Now you're probably wondering like, how am I going to work if I'm in there? Naomi and I were talking about this the other day. She's like, I want to be in there, but like everyone's dialing when I'm dialing, so I want to be able to do both. All you have to do is turn your volume down on your computer and you can get to work, right? If someone pops on the phone with a client and you see them running through an appointment, maybe you can take a break and listen to it. It's kind of killing two birds with one stone, both the earning and the learning. We do both in that Mac room. So you guys can see the schedule throughout the week. We'll be posting this in the team Slack every day, so you guys know what's on deck. But I'm just really excited. There's so many opportunities
I want to
for
highlight too,
listening
Scott.
dialers.
We've heard a lot from you guys of just the energy. Like I know Bert, Wilbur's talked about it, G has talked about it, just the energy in the Mac room and how it's different. And that's kind of the beauty of us collabing with these other agencies is you're going to hear from different people. You're going to hear from people that are agency owners, top producers. I mean, just looking at today, Wendy Cox is a top producer for sure. I might be misspeaking. I'm not sure if she's an elite producer. Anna Savavi and Amber Pearson are both agency owners, and I believe both top producers.
Yep.
So it just goes to show the variety of people that you can hear from. And then Bert had or excuse me, Rod had the ability to in an open mic unmute and talk today and ask for help. And Scott's providing coaching. And then also the chat in the Mac room is just like on fire. And if you're new to the Mac room, you're going to see a lot of people dropping the bell emoji. The bell means that you either reached a goal, you set an appointment, you sold a policy. So if you hit the bell or ring the bell, excuse me, and drop the emoji, make sure you're listing. Just scheduled an appointment, just sold an application, just, hit a goal of 25 dials, whatever it may be. But you're going to see the bell emoji just going left and right within the chat. And then also feel free that in the chat, you can ask for coaching help too, if you're not in a position to unmute at that time.
Yeah, sweet. I saw the thumbs up from Damon. I love that. Raise your hand if you've gotten help in the Mac room since you've been in there. Anyone has helped you okay? Raise your hand if you've given help in there, if you've offered some advice for people. Yeah, cool. See this? Win and help win. That's what it's all
And
about.
look what Wilbur just put in. Good job, Wilbur. I forgot about this. Also today, wheel spin all day. Wilbur won a pair of Reggie socks because of I know we ended up switching it. Instead of the Reggie socks, we sent him Chipotle. But you have the ability to win there too. And then last thing I'll say, Scott, I know you're trying to move on to the next slide, is
No,
our
you're good.
West Coast folks. There's a lot of West Coast action in the Mac room. You're going to see that's the difference with our virtual workroom, because our virtual office that we had is a lot of East Coast and Central agents, where the other agencies that we're collabing with, you're getting a lot of West Coast. So don't feel like the energy is going to dip. You're going to stay in that room with a lot of West Coast folks as well.
Yeah, I was in there at 10 o'clock the other night, and there was still like 9 people in there dialing West Coast. So a lot of us are East Coast. So, we check out at 5, maybe 6, maybe 7. That's like early for West Coasters. So, Bert, we got you in there, man. And the other West Coasters, you guys can all hang out and associate. But, just kind of adding to this, like, how lucky are we? To associate with a lot of good people like this. Like, there's so many good people on our team, but now we get the power of getting to listen to a Wendy Cox. You guys, she dials aged leads, and it's like the smoothest call. You can pick something up from that. Go listen for a half hour. If you're struggling with aged leads, her like demeanor on a call, especially when someone's giving her objection after objection, is cool, calm, collected, and super sweet at the same time. Like, she's getting through those objections just in a really cool way. So yeah, we have 3 top producers in a row dialing today. I think that's a good opportunity. We also have a Monday Blitz. So as Kate said, they're giving away prizes every 2 hours. If you guys saw, Kate and I are also giving away lead credits and a cash prize for people who are setting massive appointments and selling policies. So it's not too late. You can make a lot happen in a short period of time. So let's get in there together. Obviously, you guys are all working today, so let's jam out together. All right, this is the weekend blitz. So we were just talking about this. 3 apps, $75 lead credit. 4 apps, $100 lead credit. 5 apps, $200 lead credit. Go sell 3 apps today. Get yourself some free leads. And if you end up selling 4, you get more free leads. All right, this is cool. We've been running this since Friday. So as far as appointments set, if you have set 10 appointments since Friday, we have until midnight tonight. If you set 10 appointments from sun up Friday to sundown today, text me or Slack me or send me a message, send me a messenger bird, whatever you have to do. Let me know if you ended up accomplishing that so that I can pay you. Okay. Same thing if you set 20 appointments. For the person who is really diving in on this, they're like, hey, I'm gonna go sell five apps. I'm gonna set 20 appointments for myself so I can finish the month strong. Instead of a lead credit, I'm just gonna shoot you a $500 Venmo. Okay, I think that's a pretty cool opportunity. You can buy a lot of leads with that, or you can pay half your mortgage with that, whatever you want to do. All right, we got accountability group signups. You guys got to let us know by Friday if you want to be a part of this. All right, time's a ticking. If you want to be a part of this, get signed up. We've posted it in general. We've posted it within the accountability group chat. Now we're leaving it right here for you guys. We're not going to take people that sign up on Saturday, okay? This is part of the accountability. You got to let me know by Friday. But hey, I'm just throwing this out there. 3 or 5 days a week. Okay. You're going to be able to set your minimum goal that you want to hit for June. And we're going to help chat every single day about it and focus on it so that you can go and hit it. Okay. There's massive accountability in showing up every day. We start off at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's about 15 minutes of motivation and then 15 minutes of going through the numbers. And it's been really cool to see some people, some folks in there just get some lift in their business and hold themselves accountable through the last season that we just went through. Um, Guys, if you can make it 3 days, even if you're in the car 2 days out of the week and you're driving to the school drop-off line, we still want you there. Okay. We still want you showing up and being accountable. No worries. Even if you're on your walk, I'm not sure if Brooke's on the call today, but Brooke's on her morning workout every time, she hops on one of those calls, and that's totally okay. You could be walking the neighborhood with the dogs if you want to. But at least showing up and showing out on camera for that accountability call is going to be helpful for your business. Now we're coming up to the very end of the month. We've got a couple days left to hit May goals. The last day to submit is Friday, May 30th. And the last day to get things issued is Saturday, May 31st. That's the very last day. Then we turn a new leaf. Then it's June, which is crazy. I don't know how it's June already. Recruiting platform. This is not new to you guys. If you're brand new to the team, this probably won't apply for next month because we only have a couple days left, but we're pulling a list of everyone that's everyone that's issued 10K from May, and Kate is gonna send you guys an invite for this recruiting platform. You get free applicants in your schedule. All right. If you're building a business, that's really valuable. Okay. Super, super valuable. I always got to tell this story when I'm on this slide because it ended up paying off in the long run. But there were months where I missed. My upline did this for me when I was new. Okay. She's like, look, don't worry about all the extra stuff like posting the ads, managing the ads, paying for the ads. I don't want you to have to worry about any of that, but I know you want to build. All right. I know you want to build a team. So look, she's like, if you issue 10K a month, I will make sure that there's interviews in your schedule. So I participated, and there were months that I missed. All right. And I would text Kellen and I'm like, hey, I don't have anyone on my calendar. And she's like, yeah, you issued 9,200 last month. Sorry, buddy. Right. So she held us accountable to that, but it was a good accountability measure. I missed out on opportunities. Okay. I also got Joseph Helms through that recruiting rotation. All right. Joseph Helms is on an AO run right now. How powerful is that, right? You guys might find your next AO through a recruiting rotation. All right. So make sure you're issuing 10K a month. That makes sense anyways, right? If you're writing, 3 to 5K weeks, 5K weeks are the goal. You're going to be issuing 10K for the month. All right. Love it. We got conference coming up in August. Raise your hand if you're on camera right now and you're going to conference. All right, let's go. Victoria, come on. We got to get you to conference. Damon, we got to get you. Dakota, let's go. I always say the same thing when it comes to conference, and especially being your first one. You cannot afford not to go. You just can't afford it. Okay. This business we literally measure it from conference to conference. Not only is there a bunch of new stuff always, dished out at conference, like new initiatives that we're running after, new technology, things like that, but the association and the vision that you get from conference could fuel your business to the very next level. I went to my first conference, came home, quit my job the next day, and went all in. Okay. This conference pushed me over the line. I remember day 2 of conference, I was in the middle of a transition. I wasn't fully transitioned yet. And I just remember the decision I made in my head. I'm like, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. Big decisions are made at conferences, right, Courtney? That's what Danny Young always says. Big decisions are made at conference. So we'll see you guys there 13th through 15th. Make sure you use discount codes. We've got those for you. So since I know I called Mr. Damon out, you're probably wanting one of these discount codes now, sir. You can use it to sign up. All right. Give yourself $60 off your ticket. Make sure you guys are using the right promo codes. This is how we keep track of everyone that's coming to conference. Okay. Perfect. And who's coming to conference? We got a whole list of y'all. James Bradford signed up last week. I think that's the only new one that signed up in the last couple days. But if you don't see your name on this list yet, get it on there. Okay. It's time to make travel plans. Right? We got 84 days, 83 days. Someone hold me accountable there until conference. You could go and change your business before a conference. You can go complete 75 hard before conference. We've got plenty of time, but let's make the choice right now. to go do that. Okay. And if you need help financially, there's a payment plan at the checkout box. You could just break it up over the next few months. Okay. Cool. We'll see you guys in Denver. It's going to be fun. We got some national call shout outs. Venus Diaz, come on. Let's go. 5250 for the week. You were number 7 agency director. Let's go. That's not an easy list to get on. We got a bunch of agency directors that are super good producers. So great job. Mick Trumbo, let's go. First 5K a week. Week of 5-9. Mick, are you on the call? Mick Trumbo? Giovanna, this is 2 weeks in a row. I called your boy out. I want to give him some highlight here. 2 weeks in a row. Come on. All right, Mick. Well, hey, we'll shout you out in Slack later today. Great job on the 5K a week. That's awesome. Here's our new riders from the week last week. I think I saw Mr. Bill, $42 one app. Kimberly England, $86 one app. Kayla Sanders, $90 one app. Shelby Lowe, $124 one app. And LaRue Shaw, $972 one app. Shout out to our new riders from last week. That's incredible. Great job, guys. All right, these are some good numbers, guys. This is for last week. This is 1 week of production. We've got our top 20 here, guys, and I'm gonna go through the top 6 on the left-hand side. However, if you're on the right-hand side, like I'm seeing some big app count over here. Catherine Washington, amazing job. You guys, everyone who helped a family last week, great job. Shout out to you, okay? That's the heartbeat of our business. That's what we do. We serve families. You know, if you want to get out of the field someday, it's only because you've earned that through growing a big sales force so that your team can serve more families. That's the ultimate goal here. That's what pays us. That's what pays our clients. Okay. We get paid really, really well for providing value to people. So, selling more policies, and growing your team could be, you know, you could do it a little bit quicker if you want to add a few people to your team. But if you continue to keep people at the main focus and serving others at the main focus, you're winning here. Would you guys agree? Right? We get paid for serving. How cool is that? All right, top 6, Chiffon Sims, 3544, 2 apps. Camden, how do I say Camden's last name, Giovanna? I don't want to screw this up. Is it Molinet?
Yes.
Molinet?
Molinet.
Molinet. Great
Unless
job,
I'm saying
Camden.
wrong. I think he's on today.
Camden, whenever I see it, I think mullet. It's not that close. It's kind of close. Sarah Hadley, 4646, 3 apps. Becky Richmond, 4714, 4 apps. Giovanna Mitru, 11761, 8 apps. And Eleanor McNamara, 23,949, 13 apps. Guys, 23,000 in a week is not a small feat. All right, that is huge. Eleanor is not on this call right now, but everyone has my permission to text her and ask her for $100. Okay, she did it. She did awesome last week. She's setting records in her own personal production journey, which is cool to see. All right, we've got road to ownership, guys. Look how big this page is getting. We're hardly able to see faces on here. It's getting bigger and bigger. Congrats to everybody. So this is everyone growing a team. You know, I was giving a shout out to Team Lowry at the beginning of this call. He's got 3 people on here, right? He's got himself, he's got Don and Justin all on his team. They all have writers as well. So, you know, when I shouted him out, I said, hey, I think a team leader promotion is coming your way soon. It absolutely is. Look what they're building, right? You guys get yourselves on this board for being a writer and then recruiting an agent and having them write business. That's like the win here, right? You get paid for your personal production, you get paid passive income for the override. So this is everyone running after agency ownership right now. And if you guys know anything about my vision for this business, it's that over the next 5 years that we help 100 families get to financial freedom and agency ownership. 100 families. That was a big scary goal when I said it out loud, but I freaking believe myself now. Okay? I believe it because I've said it out loud so many times. We're going to do that through the core values of this team of honor, growth, grit, and accountability. Okay. We're going to do things right. Sometimes taking the easy road there is not always the best road. Okay. We're going to do things right. We're going to honor the clients that we have. We're going to honor our team members through our actions and through our words. We're going to seek growth always. Who here wants to grow? Raise your hand. Who here wants to grow? that's something that you always keep as a focus. You're always doing it right. Okay. You know how they say like challenges are blessings? There really are lessons in your life. I believe that 100%. So if you're always looking to grow, you're always looking to overcome challenges better, right? I believe the number one key quality for a leader is emotional stability. Okay. Someone that can just deal with a lot, right? You got a lot of people plugging into you and they do it really well. That's a good leader in my book. All right. So growth, grit is just getting it done when you don't feel like it. There's a lot of things that we probably don't feel like doing in this business that end up paying us really well in the long run, right? Who wants to go make 400 dials this week? Is anyone excited to do that? But it pays you really well, right? Pays you really well. Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for you guys. In accountability, that's why we do the accountability group. That's why we're here, to hold each other accountable and to run together. Go fast, go alone, go together, go far. That's what I always say. All right, great job to everyone on that board. We've got some base shops killing it right now. Total for the month for submit, we're at 303,000, 261 apps, 69 riders, and 20 new riders. You guys see our agency owners. We're ready to add to this list. What do you guys think? We need some new faces here. Let's go. Bert, what about you?
Count
Why
me
not
in.
you, bro? Why not you, bro? Come
Yeah.
on. I see a lot of you guys that are going to be agency owners on this screen, but this is cool. We've got some people running after some things here. These are your base shops doing great for the month. We've got Diaz base shop at 19, two new riders. The Mitru base shop at 49,000, one new rider. Granzer base shop 76,000, seven new riders, and Kate and I's base shop 157, 10 new riders. This number is about to get a lot smaller. Joseph Helms here is on an agency owner run, so that's the goal, is to pop him out into his own base shop. And then these numbers will get adjusted a little bit here, but great job to everyone who played a part in this. It's been a great month. We've got 5 days left to make some things happen. Okay. It's a big month. Let's go. Got plenty of time left to accomplish your goals. This is for last month. Agency total. So this is like net place. We talk a lot about submit. You guys actually care about what gets paid out, right? Okay. Big submit numbers. I care about if people are actually getting paid. So last month we submitted 319,000, 278,000 of it was paid out in commissions. It's pretty cool. 87% placed business, which is a really high net placed business. I think it's not our goal, or it's not our record placed business, but it's the most that we've placed with this many people riding, which is really exciting. Giovanna Mitru, this is on her own pen, issued 32,000 last month. Giovanna, great job. Golf clap for you. That was 97% issue rate, which is absolutely insane. This is our top 5 for issue rate. So I think the minimum qualifier is that you have to have 10 apps and you have to be over a 65% to get celebrated on this board. But guys, I look at this and we talk a lot about association and like learning from each other. This is a list of folks that you probably want to ask questions to. They're getting their business issued, they're writing the right business, and they're doing it at a high volume. So this is the list of people you want to learn from. I know there's a lot of incredible producers on the team, but this for last month was our best net place producers. So great job, everybody. I see 97%, 88 for Sarah Hadley, 82 for Joseph Helms, 82 for Bob Greenwood, and 80% for Eleanor. Just incredible job, guys. All right. We've got issued numbers from last month, so we always have a business review. You guys ready for a business review? Victoria's like, this is boring. I don't want to talk about business reviews. No, I'm just calling you out, Victoria. We love you. All right. This is a breakdown of where all of our business is coming from. Okay. So we have 2 different graphs here. The second one shows issue rates per carrier. So out of the total amount of applications submitted to that carrier, it'll show the total issue rate. Bert, I don't even want to hear it. Okay. Don't call me out in the comments here on this one. I don't want to hear it. This is the total, like when we talk about every single policy that was submitted last month, all 317,000. This is the percentage of which carriers were used by our agents. And I think doing a business review like this once a month is really good for those of you who like to make money. Okay, where should I send my client's business that's going to get me paid? All right, so 23% of our team, a lot of the production that we do, almost 1/4 of the business that we do goes to Mutual of Omaha. Second place goes to Americo. Third place last month was F&G. We usually see American Amicable or LGA in that third place marker there, but I think a lot of you submitted IULs last month, so F&G took the cake. And then you see it goes down from there. SBLI, Transamerica, Foresters, UHL, Corebridge, and NLG. So when we show you the next page, you guys can see that 2% of our submitted business from last month went towards NLG. But out of that 2%, 261 of it, 261% of it was approved. That means that there was some rollover from last month. So let's look at our top three. Mutual of Omaha, Americo, and F&G. Let's go to the next page here. How did Mutual of Omaha do? 82%. All right. We look at Americo. How did Americo do? 122%. We look at F&G, our third place, 154%. I think the one right after that was it American Amicable or LGA? American Amicable. How did AmAm do? 52%. Okay. So if I'm looking at core carriers for the most amount of business that was issued, I'm probably questioning a little bit. Hey, why are people submitting so much business to AmAm and it's not getting approved? All right. Is that going to be my first choice? These are the questions I would ask as a producer. I want to get paid. Okay? I see Americo, they're approving 122%. SBLI, they're approving 95%. LGA, they're approving 94%. We want your clients to get approved for the policy so that they can be covered. All right. Submit is for show, issue is for doe. That means doe for your clients too. Okay. Because if they get in an accident or life happens and it's their time to get called, we want them to be covered. Okay. So that's why we do this. All right. That is it. Any questions about the issue paid report out? You guys all good on that stuff? Bert, you all good on that?
A one-time NOG.
It's at 2%. I had to point out the facts. It's at 2%. No, I'm just kidding. Whoever you write with, we trust you. You're doing a great job. Today I have nothing revolutionary planned for you guys. All right. I just want to do a gut check with y'all. We have a lot of people that are either new in the business, running after something that they really want to accomplish. You're either crushing it right now or you're in a plateau. That pretty much explains where, the three groups of people come from. You're either crushing it, things are going well, you're at a plateau, things have leveled out and you're looking for some growth, or you're brand new and you're trying to figure this thing out. All of us fall into those three buckets. So whether you're in a groove right now and things are going really, really well, I think you should take notes on this and really evaluate where you're at, because we can learn from our wins too. What am I doing right now that's working well? What type of activity am I doing right now that's paying me out? Okay, if you're in a valley right now, you're definitely take notes today. All right, it's for you too. This is more of a gut check. Hey, where do I need to increase? Where do I need to improve? If you're brand new, this is something that you're gonna want to look at and hold yourself to a standard too. All right, we talk a lot about the system. If you've been here for more than a month, you've probably heard the term thrown out. What's the symmetry system? All right, I believe it comes down to resources, activity, schedule, and plugging into the things that symmetry provides to help you guys win. Okay, quote unquote, the system. All right, so we're going to do a gut check today. The last thing I want to say is we're going to let you guys out a few minutes early here, probably 15, 20 minutes early. We want to get in the Mac room and have some fun today. All right, it's a Monday, it's a holiday. I think the best thing about holidays, especially since you guys have decided to work today, is that people are answering their phones. Like historically, Kate and I have always done really, really well on holidays. I remember when she was in the field and we were working together on holidays, we would plan things the day before to do with family so that we could be in our office and available for the holiday. Because people are home, they're answering their phones. Oftentimes they're in a better mood. And if they're pissed off because their boss made them work and everyone else is off, you could always relate with them and just be like, hey, no worries, I'm working today too. I totally get it. Let's get your policy at least so we can have a win for the day. All right. So gut check type, we talk about resources, activity, schedule, system. All right. That's called the 4 keys to a successful week. I'll keep this brief because I think it's really easy to digest. When I was new, we had a guy named Andrew Jimenez come on our team call and talk about how it took him 1,300 dials to sell his first policy. And I was sitting there and I had already sold my first one. And it didn't take me that many, but I was struggling getting my second one. Okay. I was struggling. I got the first one done and I was like, all right, this could be easy. And then it went like 2 weeks before I even had like a client book an appointment with me. So it was like mentally for me, this conversation made so much sense and it was so easy to digest. He literally said, like, pull up the 4 keys to a successful week. And I want you to put a square next to each one of them. And I want you to look at this as a checklist. And if you cannot check all 4 of these things off every week, then you're not doing this business right. So I'm going to pass that wisdom on to you guys because I really respect this guy. He hit 130 at like 25 years old, okay? Who wants to or wish they would have hit 130 at 25 years old? Yeah, all of us, right? Life would be different right now. Kate and I would be retired. Okay. A lot of you would. He hit 130 early. He took personal production. He didn't say, I made 1,300 dials. This system doesn't work. He looked around and he said, this does work. I just need to make sure that I'm doing the things that everyone around me is saying that I need to do, which is make sure that I have resources every week. All right. So I want you guys to start out. If you're taking notes, Brooke, I see you got your notepad there. This is perfect for you. If you're taking notes, write resources, put a little checkbox next to it. And the question that you want to ask yourself is, am I getting fresh resources every week? You guys, this is so simple, but we want to talk about it all the time, keep it forefront because we could lose focus on what really is important here, which is serving families. And this is what's going to help us serve more families. Go get their contact information every week. Get new resources. What do we mean by that? Leads. I don't care which leads you buy. I like digital leads. That's what I spent the last 2 years in the field doing. But I spent my first full year and a half doing analog. All right. I liked analog. That made sense. Those clients showed up to appointments. For digital, there's a lot more one call closes, a lot more no shows if you end up booking a second appointment. But I did well with those too. Okay. I figured out a way to make it win. Whatever it is that you buy, check the first box first. You are not a life insurance agent without families to help. All right. So ask yourself the question, am I buying fresh resources every week? I think a minimum of 250 if you're full time will float you by, but it may not be enough. It may not be enough. All right. When I was brand new, I told my upline, Ashley, I said, I want to make 15 grand here as soon as I possibly can. That's my goal. It's okay if I don't do it the first couple months. I'm here to learn, but I want to make 15 grand a month as soon as I possibly can. What do I need to do that? And she's like, at your skill level, you probably need to buy $500 worth of leads a week. Why do you think she said at your skill level first before she said that? Why do you guys think that?
Because you were new.
I was new. I didn't know what I didn't know. If you guys look at the 4 levels of competency, yeah, Courtney, learning curve, 100%. If you look at the 4 stages of competency, the very first box is you don't know what you don't know and you don't know how to do it. That is a painful place to stay in, but we all start there. So the goal is to get out of that as soon as possible. And the only way that we get out of that is by practicing the thing that we don't know how to do yet, becoming proficient in it. Okay. The next stage, yep, unconscious incompetence. That's the first stage, Bert. You're correct. The next stage is I still don't I know how to do it. I have an idea of how to do it, but I have to like force myself to do the thing. Put a 2 in the chat if you're there right now. Okay, that explains like day 60 through maybe even your first 9 months, maybe even your first year. You're gonna submit some policies. You may even get to 5K weeks, but you got to do a lot of activity to get there. Okay. I know how to, like, I have an idea of what I need to do, but man, it hurts to do it. Okay. The third stage is, well, that hurt is a little bit less. It doesn't hurt as bad anymore. You know what to do. You just have to think about it. Right, Bert? That's the phase you're in. You're in the third square. You may even be in the fourth. Okay, at times. The third square is, I know how to do this, but I gotta put a lot of effort in. If I slack, I'm gonna take 10 steps backwards. That's how I always felt in school. Wasn't the best student, but I felt like I had to like really dive into the content and really dive into what they were teaching, or else I was gonna take 10 steps back. I didn't naturally sit down to take a test and get A's. Okay. I knew a lot of people that did that. They're like, I didn't study. Oh, we'll see how it goes. And then they get an A on it. I hate those people. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the phase. That's the third phase. You're gonna know what to do. You're just gonna have to keep the foot on the gas and not let up. All right. There are a few people on the screen who are in the fourth level of competency. There are several, and this might tick you off a little bit, but you just haven't earned their level of skill yet because you haven't done enough repetition. These type of folks can make 150 dials, set 19 appointments, and write 10K in a week. That's unconscious competency. Bert, you're stealing my thunder here, bro. I just looked down and you just said it in the chat. That's unconscious competency. You don't even need to think about it. You can just do it. Steph Curry at the 3-point line doesn't even look at the rim anymore. He just pulls back and shoots. Okay. So until then, your activity level needs to be 300 to 400 dials a week. You need to set 16 to 20 appointments, and you need to try to sit in front of 10 people a week. Not try, you need to. I mean, that's what's going to keep you here in this business. All right. And I'm passing this wisdom on to you because when I heard this, I was like, man, I'm sitting with like 4 people a week. You don't have to put a 3 in the chat, but I know what happens when you sit with 4 people a week. I know how it feels. You write 1 or 2 policies and you're not competent enough to get everything issued, so maybe one of them gets issued. I know how that feels. Okay. You make a little bit just over what you spent on leads that week. It doesn't feel great. All right. You got to get out of the 4 appointment a week phase. You got to get out of it. All right. I'm passing this wisdom on to you. Sitting in front of 10 clients will make you extremely profitable here. So the second 4 key, Brooke, I know you're taking notes. Activity. Put a checkbox next to it. How am I doing on resources? 1 out of 10. Grade yourself. How am I doing on activity? 1 out of 10. Grade yourself. Did I have 300 to 400 dials last week? Nope. Okay, well, guess what? I ain't going to end this week without them. Okay, if you piece together enough bad weeks, you're going to have a bad month. I promise you. If you piece together a couple good weeks, you're going to have a good month. Okay. So resources, activity, schedule is the third one. We live and die by our schedules. The best folks at business, the most competent folks at business, do it because all they have to do is wake up and look what's on their calendar for that day. They don't even have to think about it. They've already decided ahead of time what that calendar is going to look like. For me personally, that was, I'm never missing a team call. I'm never missing a national call, and I'm going to be on the sales training call every single week. That was the deep dive with the sales experts for me. I've missed 1 in 3 years. You guys, I got home from the hospital with my daughter. Okay, she's a month old right now. We got home from the hospital 20 minutes before the deep dive call started. I hopped on it. It was just automatic. Okay, my wife wasn't super happy about that, but it was just automatic. I didn't even think. I just clicked it and it came on. I was like, okay, I guess I'll sit here and learn for a little bit. But guys, that call is it's a non-negotiable for me. So my schedule is decided ahead of time. I don't ever go into Monday morning without deciding exactly what my week looks like. And if there's blank spots, I know how I'm going to fill it. Now it's a little bit different. I'm going to fill those with agent coachings. I'm going to fill those with trainings, time in the Mac room so that I can be available. I'm going to fill those with interviews. Okay. Before, if I came into a week and I had a bunch of blank spots, I knew Monday was going to be about 5 hours of dialing because I was hitting my 300 to 400 dials a week. Okay. All of these things tie together. So put a checkbox next to schedule and grade yourself. How'd you do on your schedule last week? If you're really good at time blocking your calendar, identify yourself in the chat here. I think there's some people that may need some help. So just say, hey, I'm really good with my calendar. Feel free to reach out to me if that's you. We're here to help each other. Okay, if you're really good with time blocking, offer up your help here. You might have an agent or two hit you up. Maybe you can do them all at the same time so that way you can save some time. But we want to help you guys because you're going to live and die by your schedule in this business. Okay, the last thing is the system. And guys, the system is it's a lot of things. It's signing up for conference, showing up to team calls, it's using symmetry leads, it's associating with the right people, growing yourself personally, reading books. Okay, all those things count. Give yourself a grade. Like if you plan on going to conference and you haven't signed up yet, grade yourself. Right? Is that maybe what you need to take care of this week? Put it on your list. The system is here for you guys. It works. I promise you it works. I promise you, the system's blessed my family so big. Okay. I get to be a part of both my kids' lives. I work from home. It's like, still blows my mind that I have a life insurance business that I built out of my spare bedroom. Blows my mind. I don't have a boss. Blows my mind. I've always had a boss. I've always had someone that told me I had to work Saturdays. All right. Pour into the system. Now grade yourself though, and be tough on yourself. How have I done with the system? Am I associating with top producers on a regular basis? Am I asking for help? Am I taking massive action? Am I showing up to national calls? Do I have my conference ticket? Like those are all the things, okay? All the symmetry related stuff. But guys, just quick reminder today, this is wisdom being passed down from someone that I really look up to. Make this a checklist for your week and you'll make it a great week. All right, you'll make it a great week. If you guys need an acronym to remember, it's RAS. Resources, activity, schedule, system. And so Kate actually coined this. It wasn't me because I have a cleaner mouth than that. But she said, get your RAS in check, okay? Get your RAS in check. It's really corny, but you can remember it, right? Is my RAS in check this week? If it's not, get it there. If you want to win, get it there. All right, that's all I got today. We're going to finish up 10 minutes early. We got Mac Room dialers on deck today. Take advantage of that. If you're spending time with family today, be all in. Okay? If you're taking time with loved ones today, be all in where your feet are and really enjoy that so that you can gear up for a busy week. If you're spending time in the Mac Room, learn, take notes, make dials, schedule some appointments for the week. Let's have some fun. Let's stay engaged this week. Love you guys. And great month last month. That was so much fun to go over the numbers.
Scott.
Great month. Yeah, go ahead.
If you are in either North Carolina or Maryland, I'll put it in the general chat, but there's two boot camps. There's one on the 31st in Charlotte, and then I don't know, I only know one person in Maryland, but in Frederick, Maryland, at the Legal and General headquarters, there is a boot camp the 30th. So one Friday in Maryland and one I'll throw it and if you're not following the symmetry financial group agent like community thing on Facebook, like get in that because you'll get these notifications. So and then yes, there is one in Lumberton, which is the mecca of symmetry financial, Lumberton, North Carolina. But there's one on June 28th, like Giovanna just said, but I'll throw all these in there just because I know there's people like in proximity to there. So don't sleep on those types of events because you're going to meet people that you've been seeing inside of the macro, which is really cool.
Hi.
Wilbur, I think you should run the team call next Monday and talk in that accent the entire time.
I could
Anyone down for that?
I could
Hands
totally,
up. I'm
I
in
could
for it.
vibe. Yeah. Anyway,
Hi, guys.
okay.
Anything else?
For the time management, I wanted to give a resource that's free. And it's like a digital calendar, and it also lets you put your 1-year goal, 3-year goal, 5-year goal. It's called heroonamission.com. And so I put it in there for everybody, but you might like really fall in love with it. It's free and it helps you like map out your vision.
Come on. Love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Give it one more time.
Heroonamission.com.
Heroonamission.com. Cool.
Yep.
Is it an app, Michelle?
It's a website and you have access from your phone or, any website. And basically when you go in, it's pretty simple. You just answer the questions, sign up, it's free. And you'll write down your 1 year goals. And there's like really a heavy question that it makes you do, which is like to write your own obituary. Like if you died, what people gonna say? That was like really hard for me. But go in there. It's really, really powerful. And the best part, it's free. So I know you guys like free stuff. I'll always throw out free stuff, that could benefit you.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy.
I know
Maybe
they're getting rid of my
Scott will do a
100
whole
agency
thing on it
owners.
one day. I know you're gonna love it, Scott.
Come on. I love that. I'll check it out. You guys
All
have
right.
a great day. We'll see you guys soon.
All right,
See you,
bye
everybody.
guys.
All right, y'all.